Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, thank you for stopping by. If you guys are reoccurring, thank you for stopping by as well. For the new viewers that are watching my channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that like button and that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's go talk about the Kobalt brushless 24 volt extended run 4.0 AH reciprocating saw. So let's talk a little bit about the features of the saw, how it runs, if it's good, what the grip is, and so on and so forth. So now let's start at the blade. We talked about the stock blade beforehand. And now we're going to go over to the Edge by Bosch. This is a 16 TPI Bosch demolition, wood and metal cutting, as well as you guys want to make sure that this is a used blade, but if you guys go and buy a new blade, before using the blade, you guys want to check out the teeth, as you can see over here. Make sure that they're all intact. As you can see over here, if I go all the way down, you guys can see that all the teeth are still intact. They have all their life still on them. You can see that it's got all the graphics that Edge and Bosch had, even when we did. If you guys look at previous videos, if you guys are new here, you guys are going to see that we did it exactly with the Craftsman, and we still have all our graphics on as well. If you guys watch my premiere video the other day, you guys were also going to see the rocker on the Ryobi. Now let's look at this rocker a little bit. This rocker over here is much more beefy. I can go backwards and forwards more. If you guys looked at the Ryobi, it's made out of thin steel. This over here, I'm going to show you over here. You're going to see that it's thicker steel, as you can see right there. It's got the little indentation as well right there. Now let's talk a little bit about the difference between the Ryobi and the Kobalt. As you can see over here, let me ask you guys who were watching yesterday, or you guys who are new here, what did you guys see over here that we didn't see in the Ryobi? In the Ryobi, what did it lack? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to think about what you saw yesterday. So now, with further ado, we're going to know what we saw and what we didn't see if you guys are new here. If I go a little bit further in, just one moment. If I go further in a little bit, right there you guys see it. What did you guys see? You guys saw that they took it on their liberty to create a light that will make you have light while you're cutting, right before your eyes. Now, this is also really good because it tells you if your blade is in line or it's not in line. You guys can look right there. Also, the housing over here on the saw itself is pretty nice, if you could see right there. The housing, this is all kind of rubber. If you guys zoom in a little bit over there, you guys are going to see that it's holding the blade pretty firmly. Now, in the Craftsman and the others, I do recommend that you guys look at my other videos, and you guys see the transition and the other way that the other competitors hold the saw blade. You're going to see in the Craftsman that it has two tabs. Over here, when you have it right here on both sides, you don't have the tab. So you basically have to dig your fingers in and turn it, like so. And that's your locking and unlocking mechanism right there. So we look a little bit further back at the saw, and we see that unlike the Craftsman and the Ryobi, you guys saw. If you guys take a look at this and put it in your hand after my video, if you guys do decide to purchase it, we can talk a little bit about the differences right here. Over here, you really have a beefy grip. Although I like the beefy grip and the look that it has on the grip, I think that it's a little bit overboard on their part. If I go a little closer, you guys will see what I mean. If you guys look at the housing as well with the grip right here and back here, you guys are also going to see that it gets together with the plastic in between. And this, as a matter of fact, you guys can see that it was labeled also on this side with the 24 volt max, because it's a 24 volt max. They really wanted to show that to you also on the grip of the saw. So now if we go back a little bit more, you guys are going to see the name, Kobalt and brushless. They really put their name on it. They really wanted their graphic name on it, and also to tell you that it's brushless, unlike the other model that it's brushed. So let's take a look at it a little bit more on the bottom over here. As I talked to you guys who viewed my video in my premiere yesterday, what I talked to were about vents, and vents alike, that they need to vent the, when you're working, the vent has to be more suitable. What they did over here on the Kobalt, I really, really like. They made almost a rectangle of a vent to calm down the tool. I think that's great because that gives them a plus. That way the tool life can be a lot longer. Now let me talk to you a little bit about how we talked about the Ryobi tools. With the Ryobi tools, they were somewhere up here and down here, or even like the Kobalt right here, they had it. Now they had it really, really small with different types of, they had a little bit of a rectangle, and they had a little bit of an oval. But over here you have the big slot, which I really, really like. If we zoom in a little bit more, we can see a little bit of the slot right there. So let's go a little bit further back on the saw. What we see on the saw over here, and what I forgot to mention to you over on the saw, is if I'm holding it here and I'm holding it on the trigger, I feel like this hand right here, if I put it around, I feel like it's going to slip out of my hand. So I want to grip it pretty hard, like this, when I'm working. Now, I feel like my hand doesn't go all the way around. In part 2, I'm going to show you what I mean when I'm holding it up. So let's talk a little bit more further on the saw. Up here, I don't know really what, maybe they wanted to style it more, to give it a little bit of a style. I really don't like that, because your hand really shouldn't be here at all. It looks like they wanted your hand to be here. That's how it's shaped. It's pretty weird. But I really think they wanted to give it some style, so I'm really not sure about why they did it like that. So let's go a little bit further back over here. If you guys look at the handle over here, you have a full space over here. So if I was like to hold the handle, I can hold it right here. I'm holding the whole handle right here, like the trigger. My finger doesn't go up to the trigger. There's a lot of room so that if you guys don't want to hit the trigger, your whole hand can go all the way down, and your finger is right here on the butt of the saw. They call that the butt of the saw. It's pretty funny. You guys who are humorous out there are going to love it. So we touch it right here. Also, if you see, they wanted to multicolor it with the different colors on the handle. So we look over here. Now on the top over here, you have the lock and unlock. I think it's pretty weird, and I'm going to turn the saw for one moment. If you guys turn the saw, and you're looking up on it right here, look how it goes back and forth. So if I was like this, I feel like my finger is away from locking it. So I think that they should have done that a little bit higher, like it is on the Ryobi. If you guys saw the Ryobi or the Craftsman, it's a little bit different. I feel like my finger would be like this. So without further ado, we're going to put it on its side again. We're also going to talk a little bit about this this grip over here. I really like the grip. Even without holding it with a grip on a glove, I feel like I'm pretty much holding it with comfort. But if I was to have the glove, I'm going to show you guys in part 2 the glove. I'm going to show you the glove I chose, and I'm also going to show you what brand and so on and so forth. So let's take a little, they wanted to make it stylish, so they went to the grip, and they wanted to still have their nice blue, and they went down here, and they have the blue. And now let's talk about the bottom. So if I turn it over like this again, we're going to talk a little bit about the black. The black is a nice saddle. I wish that we could show it the other way again, like this. It's pretty awesome how it's got the black saddle right there. I really like it because if you don't have the battery on, you can pretty much hold it like this. Now, if you guys see the indentation between the battery, between the black and you guys see this plastic over here. They really wanted to make sure that you guys have a nice 24 volt max. It tells you the 24 volt max. I really like that. And let's look a little bit at the back of the grip over here. They wanted you to have a cool area. Now let's look a little bit at that. I'm going to put my hand right there. If I go like this, my fingers can be here. If I really want to go up, and my palm will be right here, that's pretty awesome. And I want to put my finger right here. Now, it lacks a little bit of space here because you feel like your finger is going to slip. There's no like rigidness to the grip on top of here. You have it all around here, but you're lacking up here. Now, this is kind of a rough surface, but if you guys have gloves with a rigid surface, you're going to be able to hold on to this, but only with the gloves. So let's say I'm talking, well, let's say I'm not talking, but I'm concentrating on my work, on my material, whether it's wood, metal, plastic, extruded aluminum, and so on and so forth. If you guys are looking over here and my hand just decides to go back and forth, let's say the saw gets stuck or something happens, and I decide, oh my God, I gotta take it out. It feels like if I go backwards, I'm not gonna go backwards right now, but it feels like my finger is just gonna go backwards if I didn't have the gripped gloves. Now, the gripped gloves I'm going to show you in part 2, which is either Hardy or Touch, or I can also show you guys in part 2 the Dualt gloves. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to go a little bit lower. Oh yeah, and you got that battery right here. Check this out. It says Kobalt on the back. It's got the tabs like I showed you on when we had this 4.0 on the hand drill and on the drill driver. So actually the driver and the drill driver. And it also has this battery life. I love that it has it. And if you guys look really close, you guys can see that it's really the battery indicator. So let's look a little bit further on the bottom. We're going to take a look at the graphics that they did on the battery. They're pretty awesome. I really like it. The downside on this is if you get the combo kit, you guys are only getting the 4.0. You're not getting the other batteries like the other brands do. But I really like the option that it gave you the 4.0. Because let's say you're working with a lot of material and so on and so forth. you guys are really going to like and enjoy the 4.0, because if you charge it, it's going to go forever. Now, on that note, when you first get these batteries and these tools, they give you some juice. Now, if you read about it a little bit, and I didn't know this, but the salesperson who was on the floor explained to me that the reason why they give you a little bit of juice, and I don't recommend recharging it right when you get it. A lot of people do this, and it lessens the life of the battery. So when you first work with it, make sure that you drain the battery completely before you guys start to use it. So now let's take a look at the bottom of the battery. And before that, without further ado, let's take a look at something that I forgot to talk to you guys about. On the other saw, when you guys were looking at it, on the Craftsman and on the Ryobi, you guys didn't see this. Check this out, guys. This right here is another vent that they decided to put in here, which is pretty awesome. So now let's go back and take a look at the other side of this. You guys really want to check this out, because you guys are going to like it. Kobalt took it on its hands to make something pretty cool about the saw. Check this out. If you haven't seen this before, check this out. You guys are going to love it, or you're going to hate it, or you're going to comment whether you like or hate it. Now, you guys who like and subscribe will also talk to me about it, and I like it that you guys do. You interact with me, you guys love the stuff, or you have pointers. So check this out. This is an option on the reciprocating saw. Check this out. If I'm going and I want to put it by my side or something, or clip it onto my clothing, I just clip it. Or in some cases, I put it on my pants. Well, this thing is heavy as can be. If you guys saw, some people put it on a hack to put it, if they're working like on a big piece of wood, they'll just drop it on the side of the piece of wood just to have it hanging until they need to use it again. So let's take a look at some other things on the saw. By the way, I can tell you guys that the saw is a D622, and the serial number, as you guys can probably not see, but I'm trying to show you, is the 01012, and it also says that it's URL made in China. We don't like to hear that, but as long as the quality is good on the tool, we're all right with that. Some of you are going to agree with me, and some of you are not going to agree with me, like I've seen in your other things that you guys do. So now let's take a look at the other part over here. If you guys take a look, you have the same grip on this side as you do on the other. You guys can see that the rocker is the same. We go to the rocker, and the rocker can go back and forth as well. Really nicely. As you can see, I'm just using the tip of my finger to bring it back and forth. I guess in some cases, when you guys don't use your tools, you may want to make sure that they're not getting stuck, there's no shavings or so on and so forth coming in it, and it'll bother the tool a little bit. Now, you want to have this tool for a good many years, so you guys have to maintain the tool. We're also going to look at the other side of this blade. If you guys take a look, you guys have a lot of life left on it. So what I was saying is you guys got to take care of it. You got to use sharp blades and so on and so forth. So now we're going to check out the battery. So now how you take out the battery is going to be demonstrated right now. The battery is really, really heavy. We're going to put it on the side. And just by those two tabs, you guys have gotten it right out. Those two tabs I really don't like. I like them on some of the things, but on this heavy battery, I don't like it. I usually would like it somewhere, if the battery indicator was a little higher somewhere, or there was a tab right here. I like how you push it down and you pull. It's pretty much pretty awesome. You guys are gonna, now without further ado, you guys are like, oh my god, would the guy please just try the saw on the wood? So now without further ado, I hope you guys are happy and excited to see the saw run. And now we're gonna take a look and show you how it runs. Just one moment, and here we go, guys. That was pretty amazing, I have to say. Now we're going to put the saw back on the, well, you guys do remember the famous jaw horse that we all love. The Rockwell jaw horse. So now, what did you guys think about that? I thought it did a great job. I'm also going to tell you, if you guys look back on the video, you guys are going to see that I was right, and you guys are going to either love what I say or you're going to hate what I say. Check it out. If you saw in the video, first of all, make sure that you guys put the saw on lock. And some of you who are unsure about that, take out the battery. That's all you have to do. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the rocker. And this rocker is pretty awesome. If you saw in the video how easily it goes back and forth, makes your job a lot easier. I think that that's fantastic. You guys, nothing happened to the saw. You did notice, I want to mention something, that when you're starting with a reciprocating saw and the saw blade, you guys don't want to start on the tip, because the saw is going to jump around and it's going to not know where its equilibrium is. Its equilibrium is somewhere around here. And that's where you mostly want to start. You don't want to have the saw, and I'm going to have the gentleman demonstrate this. We're going to go back to the tip, and we're going to show you what we mean by don't go to the front of the saw. If you go to the front of the saw, you're just going to be banging around this area. So what you want to do is you want to elevate it and have some equilibrium where it's somewhere in the middle of the piece of wood that you're cutting, and you just want to elevate a little bit so that you're on your edge and your rocker is somewhere abutted the saw, abutted the piece of wood, and always on any wood or plastic or wood. Right now we're using a wood blade, so that's why you guys are seeing the wood and so on and so forth. So if you guys take a look right here, the guy is holding the saw, and he's also holding it with the rocker just facing right at it, which is excellent. I think that if you have experience, if you want to learn, you watch videos, all the videos shows that the rocker is right at the piece of wood, because if the rocker was way back, if the rocker was a little bit way back, you're just using the saw, and you guys are just, you have nothing to fall back on. So the blade can do this, go back and forth, and you won't have any equilibrium. So if you guys understand, your rocker is touching the wood, and that's the way it should be. Now when you're using it and you're going a little bit further, what the rocker is doing is keeping itself in equilibrium with the saw, in which you are not jumping with the saw. You're just letting the saw go, and you're letting it cut, and you're letting it do its course, and you're just, do not ever force the reciprocating saw, because that is going to lessen the life, and you're also going to have a big problem on your hands. So without further ado, can we just show that cutting in a small area? Or maybe not. I think that we're too far away. You're going to be touching the jaw horse. But you guys got the gist of this? So now we're going to talk a little bit about the jaw horse itself. This is a jaw horse by Rockwell. We all love it, and I do recommend buying a jaw horse. This thing is fantastic. You can take it everywhere with you. All you do is you close the feet And I do want to explain to you over here, you guys who know this, know that you have the pedal, and you bring it down, this pedal right here, and then if you go up, if you want to release, you guys are going to see this right here, which you push up, and it releases the vise. Now, I also want to mention to you guys that you always want to look at the warning signs on this thing, how to release, how to make sure. You always want to wear safety glasses as well. That's a disclaimer also, so that nothing pops out at your face. Also, you guys want to make sure that everything is flush on the, you guys, if you buy a used jaw horse, you always want to make sure that you buy them, and they have these rubber lips. If not, you guys can buy them. You guys can see the rubber lips right here as well. If I go around, you guys can see that the rubber lips are right here. They're about at the bottom. And now we're going to bring the Hardy gloves. We're going to show you the Hardy gloves, which work really, really well while you're working. These are Hardy gloves. They are the regular grip, as you can see. Right here, as I was talking to you guys about the grip on the saw, the grip is kind of like this, so they're one in the same with each other, which really helps you hold the saw. They're very, very breathable, as you can see. I love how the grip kind of goes around, and it's pretty cool how your hand, it's basically your hand touching the tool, and there's no slippage. I also like how this has a little bit of it holds your hand pretty much and goes around your wrist to not go further or come off. What I was talking about was elasticity. That's what I was trying to say. You know how when you guys have, when you're trying to think about something and you have something on your mind and you forget things. So I hope this really, really got your attention, whether to buy gloves or the saw, or pretty much showed you a jaw horse, gave you an idea. Now, in another video, I could go and show you guys the ins and outs of the jaw horse. So I hope you guys love my video. Like and subscribe, and check out my other videos. If you guys have any questions, you can write them in the comments. So without further ado, there will be a part 2 of this video, and I hope that you guys watch both of them. So again, like and subscribe, and have a great day.